Peak English Podcast.
From Peak English with Class. Peak English Podcast. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the Peak English Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and improve your life at the same time. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. And as always, we're really happy you decided to spend a little bit of your day with us.
Exactly. Whether you are driving your car, cooking in the kitchen, or just lying in bed, we are so glad you are here.
Before we start, I want to remind you that this is a B1 to B2 level episode. If you don't understand every word, just relax. You can always listen again.
Yeah, just take a deep breath and enjoy the vibe. There is no pressure here.
Zero pressure. So, Sarah, what do we have for today's reflection challenge?
Well, I have a very specific and maybe a little bit painful question for our listeners today. Think about the last time you tried to speak English with someone. Did your brain just completely stop working?
Oh, wow. That is a heavy question, but it is so relatable.
Right? You know all the grammar, you know the vocabulary, but when it is time to speak, silence.
Exactly. It feels like you are trapped in your own mind. We have all been there.
Yes, you are not alone. So we want to hear your personal stories. Pause the podcast right now, scroll down to the comment section, and tell us about it. Start your comment with, I'm name from country, and today I feel...
We read every single comment, and we love building this safe space with you guys. Take your time and write it down.
Honestly, Alex, looking at today's topic, I feel a little bit exposed.
Oh no, exposed? Why do you feel exposed, Sarah?
Well, I have a personal story to share, and it is kind of embarrassing to admit.
Hey, this is a safe space. You can share anything with us. What happened?
So, you know I have spent years learning English, right? I study hard every week.
Yeah, of course. You always read grammar books and watch English shows.
Exactly. I know the grammar rules. I can pass difficult written tests. I can listen to podcasts silently for hours. But last week, I was at a coffee shop. A foreign tourist walked up to me and asked for simple directions.
Okay, and what did you do? Did you help them?
No. My lips just froze. My tongue started shaking and my voice completely disappeared.
Let's pause right there for our listeners. You just said your lips froze. Can you explain that word?
Ah, yes. When a part of your body freezes, it means it stops moving completely. Usually, it is because you are very scared, nervous, or shocked. For example, if you see a dangerous snake on the road, your body might freeze. You cannot run away.
Right, so your mouth literally stopped working. What happened next?
My brain went completely blank. I just stared at the poor tourist like a statue. Eventually, they just smiled politely and walked away.
Another great phrase, to go blank. What does that mean in simple English, Sarah?
When your mind or brain goes blank, it means you suddenly forget everything. It feels like your mind is an empty white wall. Like, I studied for the exam all night, but when I saw the first question, my mind went blank.
Oh, Sarah, I am so sorry that happened, but please do not beat yourself up over this.
Beat myself up? That is a really useful idiom, Alex. Can you break it down?
Sure, to beat yourself up means to blame or criticize yourself too harshly for a small mistake. For example, you burned the dinner, but don't beat yourself up about it. We can just order pizza.
Thank you, Alex. That takes the pressure off. But I just don't understand it.
What don't you understand?
Why does this happen? Why do I have thousands of vocabulary words in my head, but nothing comes out? Am I just stupid? Is my English actually really bad?
No, absolutely not. You are not stupid, and your English is not bad at all.
Then why do I stay stuck? Why does my confidence die the moment I open my mouth?
Because, Sarah, your mouth is untrained. That is the shocking truth nobody ever told you.
Wait, my mouth is untrained? But I read English books out loud sometimes.
That is not enough. You have been training your brain, but not your mouth muscles. English is not just in your head, it is in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, and your sound flow.
It is in my lips and jaw. I have never really thought about it as a physical thing before.
Let's compare it to fitness. Imagine you go to the library and you read 100 books about how to do push-ups.
Okay, I am imagining it. So I read all about the muscles, the perfect form, and the breathing technique.
Right, you can even explain the technique to other people, but if you never actually did a single push-up in real life, what happens when you try?
Oh, wow. I would probably collapse on the floor.
Wait, let's explain the word collapse for our listeners.
To collapse means to fall down suddenly because you are too weak or exhausted. For example, after running the marathon, the runner collapsed at the finish line.
Exactly. You would collapse because your actual physical muscles are weak.
So, that is exactly what happens with my English speaking?
Yes, you know the words, but your tongue, your lips, and your jaw haven't been trained to move fast. They are lazy. Since childhood, they have only repeated the sounds of your native language.
Oh, so my mouth literally doesn't know how to make English sounds comfortably yet.
Exactly. In English, you have to say difficult sounds like th, r, l, v, or soft t's. You have silent letters and linking sounds, but because you never practice them, you mumble them.
Mumble? What does it mean to mumble?
To mumble means to speak very quietly and unclearly so people cannot understand you. Like, he was so shy that he just mumbled his answer.
Wow, I definitely mumble when I speak English. My speech becomes broken, and it destroys my confidence.
Exactly. But here is the good news, Sarah. You can change this. You can build speaking muscles, just like you build muscles in the gym.
Really? Do I need to buy expensive speaking courses or hire a private tutor?
No, you don't need expensive courses, and you don't even need to be perfect or have a native accent. All you need is 5 minutes a day, the right method, and the courage to sound like a beginner.
Only 5 minutes a day? I can definitely figure that out. I can do it before breakfast.
Wait, let's stop and look at figure that out. What does that phrasal verb mean?
To figure out means to find a solution or a way to do something after thinking about it. Like, I don't know how to fix this broken chair, but I will figure it out.
Spot on! So, are you ready to learn the daily 5-minute mouth training routine?
I am so ready. Give me the steps, Coach Alex.
All right, let's dive into it. Step 1 is a 1-minute mouth warm-up. Just like you go to the gym to exercise, you need to warm up the face muscles you never use.
A mouth warm up? What exactly do I do? Do I massage my cheeks with my hands?
Well, no. We start with something called lip rolls.
Lip rolls? What in the world is a lip roll?
You gently buzz your lips together, kind of like a small motorbike engine.
Wait, let's stop at the word buzz. Can you explain that word for our listeners, Alex?
Sure, to buzz means to make a continuous low humming sound, like a bee. For example, you can say, "The bee buzzed around the beautiful flowers all morning."
Ah, got it. So I make a buzzing sound with my lips.
Yes, you let out some air and make them vibrate. Do it for 5 seconds and repeat it 3 times.
Okay, let me try. Oh, it actually tickles a little bit.
That is perfect. The next part of the warm-up is the tongue stretch.
A tongue stretch? How do I stretch my tongue?
You simply push your tongue out of your mouth and pull it back in. You do it slowly, 10 times.
I feel so silly doing this in my room. But it is actually quite fun.
Next is the jaw loosening exercise. You just open and close your mouth wide, very gently.
Let's pause. Loosening? What does it mean to loosen something?
To loosen means to make something less tight or less stiff. Like, my shoes were hurting my feet, so I loosened the laces.
Okay, so I am making my jaw less tight. Let me try opening and closing.
Exactly. Repeat that 5 times to release the stiffness.
Wow, I actually feel a lot of tension hiding there. What is the last warm up?
The last one is the smile stretch. You stretch your smile really wide, like you are laughing loudly. Hold it for 5 seconds, then relax. Repeat it twice.
Holding it and relaxing. My face feels so awake and relaxed now.
Right. A warm mouth is a ready mouth. Now, step 2 is the mirror technique.
The mirror technique? That sounds a little bit serious.
It takes just 1 minute. You stand in front of your mirror and look directly into your own eyes.
Oh, looking into my own eyes while speaking English? That sounds terrifying, honestly.
It might feel awkward at first, but your mirror is your secret weapon. It kills the fear of judgment.
Wait, judgment. That is a heavy word. Can you explain it simply?
Of course, judgment means an opinion or decision about someone, and it is often a negative one. For example, I hate singing in public because I am scared of people's judgment.
Ah, yes. That is exactly what I feel when I speak English. I fear their judgment.
Exactly. But if you can face yourself in the mirror, you build speaking presence and clarity. Like, I am learning to speak confidently. Or, this is my voice. I own it. And you say it slowly.
And I just watch my lips and my jaw moving in the mirror?
Yes, focus on the physical movement and keep eye contact with yourself. Say it 5 times, and each time say it slightly faster.
I like that. It gives me power to control my own voice. I will try it tomorrow.
Awesome. Now, step 3 is where real fluency happens. It is called shadow speaking.
Shadow speaking? Do I walk behind someone on the street and copy everything they do?
Not quite. Shadow speaking means you listen to a short audio clip and immediately repeat what you hear. You try to match their exact speed, tone, rhythm, and emotion.
Oh, so I act like their shadow. I don't use my own slow pronunciation.
Right. You don't use your version and you don't say it slowly. You just match the original.
But what if I make mistakes? Should I stop and correct my grammar?
No, even if you make mistakes, keep going. This is not grammar practice. This is muscle training.
Wow, that is a very different way to learn. It feels a lot more active.
It is. In fact, this is exactly how babies learn to speak. They hear, they copy, they repeat, and they grow fluent.
That is so true. Babies do not study grammar books.
Exactly. They just listen and shadow. And this is how you finally learn sound clusters.
Sound clusters? That sounds like a delicious breakfast cereal. What is a sound cluster?
That is funny. But no, a sound cluster is a group of 3 to 6 words that you say together. You say them as one smooth unit, with no break, no stop, and no space.
Can you give me a real life example, Alex?
Sure, most English learners are taught to speak like this. What are you doing? They separate each sound. They speak one word at a time, very flat and slow.
Yeah, I am definitely guilty of that. It sounds very mechanical.
Let's pause for a second. What does mechanical mean in this context?
When someone sounds mechanical, it means they sound like a machine or a robot. For example, the customer service automated voice was very cold and mechanical.
Great explanation. So, native speakers do not sound mechanical. They say, "What you doing?"
Wow, what you doing? It flows beautifully, like music.
Yes, they connect the words, remove extra sounds, and blend syllables together.
That makes a huge difference. Are there other common clusters I should know?
Absolutely. Try this one. A beginner says, "Did you eat?" But a native speaker blends it into, "Did you eat?" It sounds like one word.
Did you eat? Wow, it is so fast, but it actually feels more comfortable in my mouth.
Exactly. Fluency is not about being perfect. It is about being comfortable and natural.
That is a huge relief. So I don't need to fake a perfect British or American accent?
Not at all. You just need to speak in clusters and let your voice flow smoothly. In fact, fluent speakers have 5 secret phrases they use all the time.
Ooh, secret phrases? I love secrets. Tell me.
First, what do you think becomes, what do you think? Second, let me help you becomes, let me help you. Third, give me a minute becomes, give me a minute. Fourth, I have got to go becomes, I gotta go. And fifth, I want to do it becomes, I wanna do it.
I want to do it. This is so fun. It feels like I am singing a rap song.
That is the perfect mindset. Practice them daily, feel the music, and let your voice flow.
I will. But wait, Alex. What if I practice these, but when I see a tourist, I freeze again?
That is a very valid fear, and it brings us to part 4 of our training, the brain.
The brain? I thought you said speaking was a physical muscle problem.
It is, but think of your brain as the pilot and your mouth as the airplane. If the pilot is nervous, slow, or unprepared, the plane will not fly smoothly.
Ah! Even if the engine is strong, a bad pilot will crash the plane.
Exactly. Your mouth cannot speak what your brain does not believe. If your brain says, "What if I sound stupid? What if they laugh at me?" your voice will break.
Yes, that is exactly what happens in my head. There is so much noise and self-doubt.
So, we need to train your brain to focus on emotion, not just accuracy.
Emotion? How do I train my brain with emotion?
Most learners focus on correctness. They think, is my grammar okay? Is this present perfect? But people do not remember your grammar. They remember your energy and your emotion.
That is so true. When I talk to foreigners, I never judge their Vietnamese grammar. I just like their energy.
Exactly. So you must practice like an actor preparing for a movie role.
Practice like an actor? How do I do that?
Pick a short sentence. For example, I will be there in 5 minutes.
Okay, I will be there in 5 minutes.
Now, say it like you are extremely nervous and you are running late for a flight.
Oh my gosh, I will be there in 5 minutes.
Fantastic. Now, say it like you are super excited to see your best friend.
I will be there in 5 minutes.
Do you see? When you act, your brain forgets fear. You stop thinking about mistakes.
Wow, yes. I was completely focused on the feeling. I didn't think about grammar at all.
You became the sentence. You owned the energy. And that is what true fluency is.
I love this. So I need to stop being a shy student and start being an expressive actor.
Yes, and to make it even stronger, you need to create mental shortcuts.
Mental shortcuts? What are those?
Your brain loves shortcuts. It doesn't want to translate everything from your native language. When you translate, you think in Vietnamese, try to find the English words, panic, and forget everything.
That is the slowest path to fluency. I do that every single day.
Instead, use the this means that system. Connect English sounds directly to images and emotion.
Can you give me an example of the this means that system?
Sure, when you hear, I'm starving, your brain should instantly connect it to feeling very hungry. It connects to a picture of fast food. No translation needed. Boom, understood.
Oh, so I don't translate the word starving to my language. I just feel the hunger in my stomach.
Exactly. You build fluency triggers, not just vocabulary lists.
Okay, I am feeling so empowered right now. What is the final step, Alex?
The final step is part 5, smart repetition.
Smart repetition? Is there a dumb way to repeat things?
Yes, there is. Most people pick a sentence and just say it flatly, over and over, like a parrot. Like this, I am going to the market. I am going to the market. With no energy.
Let's pause. You just said, like a parrot. Can you explain that phrase?
Oh, sure, a parrot is a colorful bird that can copy human words. If you repeat something like a parrot, it means you just copy the sounds without actually understanding or feeling the meaning.
Ah, I see. And repeating like a parrot is a bad thing for language learning?
Yes, your mouth gets tired, your brain gets bored, and your confidence goes down. We need to use the five-stage repetition system. It builds layers of fluency.
5 stages? Okay, walk me through it. I am ready to take notes.
Stage 1, slow clarity repetition. You take one sentence, like, I don't know what to say. You speak it very slowly, focusing on every single word and sound. Try it.
I don't know what to say.
Good. This teaches your tongue the physical movements. Now, stage 2, flow repetition. Say the exact same sentence in one smooth, connected line with normal rhythm.
I don't know what to say.
Perfect. Stage 3 is emotion repetition. Say it with 3 different feelings: sad, angry, and confused.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Excellent acting. Stage 4, pressure repetition. Say it as fast as you can to challenge your speed.
I don't know what to say.
And finally, stage 5, real world use. Take the sentence and imagine 3 real situations, like a job interview or a romantic moment.
So, for a romantic moment, I could look at my partner and say, You are so kind. I don't know what to say.
Exactly. Now, that one sentence has become a true part of your real voice.
Wow, this changes everything. I don't repeat to remember anymore. I repeat to become.
That is the perfect mindset, Sarah. And it brings us to a very important choice every single learner has to make.
A choice? What kind of choice, Alex?
You have to decide if you want to be a passive learner or an active speaker.
Wait, let's explain passive. What does it mean to be passive?
Passive means you just receive information without taking any action, like watching TV. For example, he was a passive student who never asked questions in class.
Ah, I see. So, what does a passive English learner do?
The passive learner watches 3 hours of English videos and takes notes from 5 grammar channels. They buy English books, but their real practice is zero.
Oh no, that sounds exactly like what I used to do. It is just collecting information.
Exactly, but the active, fluent speaker is different. They watch a video for 10 minutes, pick one sentence, and repeat it 5 different ways.
They stand in the mirror, they train their voice, and they actually move their mouth.
Yes, because if you do not train, you will stay silent. That is not a threat. It is a fact.
Well, I am making my choice today. I refuse to stay silent anymore.
That is what I love to hear. Now, let's quickly recap the tiny habits we learned today.
Yes, so we can all start practicing immediately.
What is the very first thing we must do to train our mouth muscles?
First, we do a 5-minute mouth warm-up. We use lip rolls, tongue stretches, and jaw loosening to wake up our face.
Perfect. And how do we kill our fear of judgment?
We use the mirror technique. We look directly into our own eyes while speaking English sentences slowly.
Exactly. And to learn the natural rhythm of English.
We use shadow speaking. We listen and repeat immediately to learn sound clusters.
Spot on. And finally, to stop our brain from overthinking,
We use the 5-stage repetition system. We act out the sentences with emotion and real-world context.
you got it perfectly, Sarah. Fluency is built in the mirror, in the living room, in the private practice.
I am so excited to start. It is completely okay to sound wrong, but it is not okay to stay silent.
Beautifully said. And now it is time for the word tour.
Yay! This is where we review the best vocabulary from today's episode. I will start. Phrase number 1. To go blank. This means to suddenly forget everything. It feels like your mind is an empty white wall. Example 1. I studied all night, but during the interview, my mind went completely blank. Example 2. When the tourist asked me a question, I panicked and my brain went blank. Now repeat after me. To go blank.
Great job. Phrase number 2. Beat yourself up. This idiom means to blame or criticize yourself too harshly for a very small mistake. Example 1. You made a pronunciation mistake, but please don't beat yourself up over it. Example 2. I always beat myself up when I forget to do my daily mouth training. Repeat after me. Beat yourself up.
Awesome! Phrase number 3. Collapse. To collapse means to fall down suddenly because you are too weak, tired, or sick. Example 1. If you try to do 100 push-ups without training, you will collapse. Example 2. The old chair collapsed when the heavy man sat on it. Repeat after me. Collapse.
Phrase number 4. Figure out. To figure out means to find a solution or a way to do something after thinking about it carefully. Example 1. The Wi-Fi is not working, but I will figure it out. Example 2. I have a busy schedule, but I need to figure out a time to practice English. Repeat after me. Figure out.
Doing great! Phrase number 5. Like a parrot. A parrot is a bird that copies human words. If you repeat something like a parrot, you just copy the sounds without feeling the meaning. Example 1. Don't just repeat sentences like a parrot. Use real emotions. Example 2. The little boy repeated his mother's bad words like a parrot. Repeat after me, like a parrot.
And the final phrase, phrase number 6, sound clusters. A group of words spoken together smoothly without taking a break or space between them. Example 1. Native speakers use sound clusters to speak faster and sound natural. Example 2. Instead of saying, "What are you doing?" try the sound cluster, "What you doing?" Repeat after me, sound clusters.
Wow, what a deep and powerful episode. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today.
Yes, whether you are commuting to work, cooking dinner, or just lying in bed, we truly appreciate your time.
If you found this episode helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with a friend who is struggling with speaking.
Remember to leave your reflection challenge answer in the comments below. We read every single one.
Keep practicing, move those mouth muscles, and remember, your fluency begins when your fear ends.
This is Alex.
And this is Sarah. You've been listening to the Peak English Podcast. Bye!
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your Speak English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.